is a rare blend of academic distinction, financial expertise, and a deep spiritual grounding. Over a career spanning over more than 24 years, he has made significant contributions across engineering research, higher education, personal finances, finance consultancies, and spiritual outreach, establishing himself as a trusted voice in each of these domains. He currently serves as a senior professor at VIT, where he has twice held the position of dean and has been honored as the institute's best faculty for 5 consecutive years, a testimony to his consistent impact in the classroom and beyond. Simultaneously, he leads GSA Fin Ventures as CEO, a fintech company offering comprehensive personal finance and wealth management services, where his academic rigor and real-world financial experience come together to deliver genuinely client-first solutions. So many things, and then I'll share this on the group, I guess. Then you can read it. Now, spiritual services in ISKCON Pune for Prabhuji for last 25 years. Prabhuji has been a dedicated and pioneer force in ISKCON Pune's Voice youth outreach program. Personally trained by his guest Radhesham Prabhu in his very first batch of voice preaching. तो आप जो सुनते हो voice is the first batch, first product of that first batch. He has
Good.
He has since been instrumental in shaping the program's growth and outreach through several landmark contributions, pioneered and led the construction of the GGD Center in Pune, from which many of you might be knowing GGD, established and developed the voice book department, founded and institutionalized the service board of ISKCON Pune, personally mentored and inspired hundreds of young seekers over 2.5 decades. His passion for Srimad Bhagavatam led him to establish SPORT, sport. What is that? Srila Prabhupada Online Reading Terminus in September 2019. What began as a modest daily online reading circle has grown into a truly global community of devotees and seekers. Since its inception about sport, sport has completed 25 books, Prabhupada books, and is currently progressing through the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, with participants joining from across the world every single day. So this was on the paper, but personally also, those who are from Pune, you know that Prabhuji's classes are 2-3 hours, but you will not feel tired even for a second. He has a God-gifted talent of keeping the audience awake in class, which is difficult. Especially, I like his. Most of you might also like that Ramayana series. When he speaks about Ramayana, it's like a nectar flowing. Now Ramayana is also coming. We hope to hear from you. And in my initial days of spiritual life as well, we used to hear like Prabhuji used to come there for some program, OTV program or device program. Such a wonderful ability to connect with youth, and we are very actually personally I'm very happy that I'll be able to hear from him for upcoming 1.5 hour. So let us welcome Prabhuji to this forum by 3 times loudly chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. So we'll begin with prayers. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you, and it's a difficult session, by the way. What all items were there for the lunch, Prashad? Chole paneer, what else? Payasam or chas, buttermilk, papad. I'm just reminding you what all things are there in your lotus belly. Devotee means everything is lotus, right? So, and on the top of that, I'm supposed to speak on finance. So you understand the task it is. You have to keep me awake, you have to remain awake. So both it is there. I also have taken the same prasad. So so in next 1 hour's time, we'll try to go through what the finance is all about. First, we'll see the philosophy of finance, because many times I remember my own Nityanand Sabha days that what is big of Nityanand Sabha. Even after marriage, also, I used to tell my wife, to walk at least 20 feet behind me. You should not be seen with me. So we were directly trained by Radhesham Prabhu. So, the Gaurang Sabha mode was very strong, and we had become, the second choice we had taken Nityanand Sabha, like that it was. So now, of course, this is like 25, 30 years ago, I'm telling you what it is. Now things have been much organized, and there is such amazing, arrangement of Nityanand Sabha, there is Janava Sabha, and things are taking shape in a big way. So sincere thanks to the organizers here, especially His Grace Radhesham Prabhu and Atmaram Gaurang Prabhu, who has arranged all these things and given me opportunity to speak. I will be covering my basic journey, and then we will see philosophy, and then we will see hardcore finance. And I guarantee you, of course, the word guarantee is not used in finance. So there is asterisk on the top of that guarantee, is that to the degree you absorb yourself in the class, and to make you absorbed, we have certain activities to be played. You will be kept busy doing something. To that degree, you will surely benefit. Okay, the purpose of this class is purely that our devotees manage their finances very well, and they can navigate through this jungle of financial markets. Okay. So this is my brief introduction. As any other voice pass out, and especially in our times, the first choice always was teaching, and we were very happy with that. So I did my PhD in mathematical modeling from NCL Pune. I was a professor and a dean at VIT. In academics, industry and research, I got this 5 times Outstanding Teachers Award. And suddenly something changed in our academics, is that, from teaching, academics shifted to research. Okay. And we are supposed to publish X number of papers, Y number of patents, Z number of conferences, and this suddenly it came up. And if you are already in mathematical modeling, you know that modeling papers are the lowest hanging fruits. You take the data, just usko ek AIML ka tadka laga do, you get a paper. At least in those days, 10, 15 years back. So I started my research journey with modeling with whatever chemical data I had. And apart from chemical data soon got exhausted, because so many other teachers were also doing the same thing. And then we were looking for a data. I came across financial domain, which offers humongous amount of data. Started taking interest in finance. In the meantime, all my friends were like this: Nilesh Patel, his Nath Hari Prabhu; Jayesh Bhangdiya, Jagannath Dham Prabhu; Yogesh Lodha, Yogeshwar Gopal Prabhu; Gopal Agarwal, Giridhari Gopal Prabhu. So when you are surrounded by Patel, Bhangdiya, Lodha and Agarwal, right, what happens to you is that a pakka Marathi manus comes in finance. Okay, so that's how I came in finance. So currently I am a CEO of a GSF Ventures, and it's an organization in financial services. And to give a shape to that is just the last slide about me, because I have to, suddenly you are wondering how this professor is talking about finance. So to take me seriously, I have put up the slides. Okay, frankly. So I thought of giving some shape to the curiosity. The curiosity should not just remain a curiosity. So I decided to study things in a systematic fashion under guidance, and this is how I completed a few certification. There is Chartered Wealth Management from USA. Then there is Charter Inheritance and Succession Planning. Then there is NRI Practice Management, Qualified, Personal Finance Professional, Certified Wealth Manager, Investment Advisor, so on and so forth. And this is how I slowly migrated from academics to finance, and currently I am holding the position of a CEO of a financial company. Back to Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay. So the verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita begins here. So we'll just recite the invocation verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda जयद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जयद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद So Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is Mahaprabhu's Charitra, and what is most dear to Mahaprabhu is Mahaprabhor Bhaktaganer Vairagya Pradhan Yahadeki Pritahana Gaura Bhagavan. Right? Mahaprabhu is extremely pleased by the Vairagya of his devotees, and that gave real pleasure to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is the philosophy, this is the orientation, this is the perspective we learn day in and day out. And just like after hearing 2 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna concluded that Sthita Pragya means give up the war. Similarly, we also conclude that Vairagya means nothing to do with finance. And on the top of that, couple of years of literally every voice pass out goes in GS or MS. Correct. So people feel that if you are GS, then what is the use of money? If you are NS, then also what is the use of money? Right. So like that you have a verse, Aradito yadi hari, tapasa tathakim, naradito yadi hari, tapasa tathakim, antar bahir yadi hari, tapasa tathakim, nantar bahir yadi hari, tapasa tathakim. So people have idea, and especially I am talking about myself, I had similar ideas. We enjoyed those ideas, we suffered also for those ideas. And the entire purpose of this session is so that whatever we have gone through, whatever the roller coasters in our life, our younger generation did not go through the whole thing. They learn from, the few people ahead and just make your life more smooth. I talk to many devotees, right? I talk to Gaurang Sabha devotees. And Gaurang Sabha people, they come to me and they say that, Prabhuji, and I mean, to cut a big story short, what happens is that, after a long, like 45 minutes of discussion, finally we conclude that better you work very hard so that you can amass X amount of, the Lakshmi that you can hand over to your parents and take care of their future, and then maybe you can join. And then I talk to some Nityananda Sabha devotees. And after understanding their entire background and everything else, we come to same conclusion. Better you work very hard, add value to your life, provide, the 10x value, what the salary you are receiving for, grow in your career. And finances these days are, such defined that if you are at the age of 25, if you work very well from 25 to 50, or say from 21 to 46, whatever your number is, if you work very well and invest very well for 25 years, it will take care of your next 50 years. So 25, 25, 50. So devotees can very well plan their life, having, completely coming out of and giving themselves fully to Krishna consciousness, if can do 2.5 decades of career very well and finances very well. Right. And Gaurang Sabha and Nityananda Sabha, these are not just the 2 ashrams. Recently I came to know there is Madhyastha Sabha also. And I spoke to some devotees, Madhyastha Sabha. Conclusion was same, better to work very hard in your formative years of Krishna consciousness, and then amass X amount of wealth, and then then you come full time within the temple. So either GS or NS or MS. MS is Madhyastha Sabha. Okay. So conclusion is that better to take your careers very seriously. Right. Sorry. This was somehow observed otherwise by Mahaprabhu in life of a very amazing personality who is a pure devotee Mahabhagavat, and his name is Vasudev Datta. And this is how this shloka is. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Leela, 15th chapter, 93rd shloka. Please recite after me. शिवानंद से ने कहे करिय सम्मान वासुदेव दत्तेर तुम्हें करिय समाधान. The Lord also respectfully told Shivananda Sen, take care of Vasudev Datta very nicely. Right. परम उधार इन्हो जे दिन ये दिस ऐसे से दिने वाक्य करें नाही राखे शेषे. Vasudev Datta is very liberal. Every day, whatever income he receives, he spends. He does not keep anything balance for the future. गृहस्थ हैन इन्हो छाइए संचय संचय न कैले कुटुंब भरण नाही हय. Being a householder, Vasudev Datta needs to save some money. Because he is not doing so, it is very difficult for him to maintain his family. इहार घरेर आय व्यय सब तुम्हार स्थाने सार खेला हन तुम्ही करील समाधाने. Please take care of Vasudev Datta's family affairs. Become his financial manager, Sarkela. Okay, so Sarkela is the financial manager. Being the financial manager of his, make proper adjustment in the life of Shivananda Sen. So, when we talk of finance, where we think of finance, we need not be apologetic about ourselves. In fact, if we don't take care of finance, then, like in this case, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had to personally appoint Shivananda Sen to take care of finances of Vasudev Datta. So, taking care of finance is part of devotional service. In fact, it is very important part of devotional service. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, beautiful statement, he used to say, there are only two gods in this world. One God is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the second is the cash in the hand. Can you imagine? Singha Guru, Siddhanta Saraswati. Okay. So, devotees, they very well understand the importance of finance. And in this case, Chaitanya Charitamrit, we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requesting Shivananda Sen to be Sarkel of. So here are some lessons from this pastime. Even the Lord cares about financial management, right? So Mahaprabhu personally intervened Vasudev Datta's finance and asked him to become Sarkela, and asked Shivananda Sen to become a Sarkela, or the financial manager secretary for Vasudev Datta. So, finance is not distraction from pure devotional service. Right? It is actually the Lord's instruction, Kariye Samman, with great respect, one has to treat just like every energy of the Supreme Lord. Similarly, even the financial energy, which is the Lakshmi energy of the Supreme Lord. For a devotee, finance is not Maya, but for a devotee, finance is part of their devotional service. The second lesson that we learn here is, generosity without planning is not very sustainable. Right? So, Vasudeva Datta is presenting example here, is supremely generous, very highly elevated personality. There are some spiritual, financial blind spots, and he spent whatever he earned. There was no question of retaining something for tomorrow or for the evening. That was the mood of Vasudeva Datta. But it is not appreciated by Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu says, no, Mahaprabhu's words are, you are a householder, grihastha, and sanchay is very important part of your grihastha life, and therefore you must save certain money, right? So even the most spiritually advanced devotees, they also have financial duty, right? The next one is true generosity requires stable financial base. And therefore it is said, pranair, what is the next? Arthair dhiya vacha. That whenever you want to offer prana. Next best is we have to offer artha in the service of the Lord. Pranair arthair dhiya vacha. And therefore, unplanned spending, even for good cause, can harm our long-term well-being. This is not to say that you cut down your easy or anything like that. Point is that we have to be aware of our finances so that we can do extremely well, even for the mission and for oneself. The final one is proper financial management is also devotional service. So, Lord is not treating the financial requirement of Vasudeva Datta as something material. It is material. This is spiritual. No, both are spiritual. Right. He is actively giving solution. He is assigning a personal sarkela who is very capable, so that his family is protected. Devotional practices they continue. He can contribute to temple services and festivals, and thus reduce the anxiety, freeing the mind for namajap and shravanam, right? And therefore, it is very important for a devotee to take care of their finance. At least don't feel guilty when you are taking care of your finance. At least 2 decades I personally suffered from this syndrome, that feeling that, am I become too swarthy, am I become too selfish, that I'm thinking of money, I'm thinking of finance, I'm thinking of investment. That should not be the case, right? So with this background, now we continue with financial. Now welcome to the financial management that we are supposed to do. So what you have received is one booklet, which currently you can use as a, kind of a support to these pages. Okay. So this booklet is a gift to you, where, later you are supposed to maintain your accounts very well, and this will be with you only, right? So it will not be very immediately applicable to you at this point of time, but eventually this will be applicable to you. And what we are going to do is, we are going to do a lot of things with these many pages. Okay. So write your name on the top, and you have to just remove one by one. Typically, I take this seminar for the grihasthas. So, a lot of grihastha things are there. How many of you are married? Oh, many of you. Okay, good, nice. So, these things will be directly applicable to you. If you are on the verge of marriage, about going to get married, then also this is applicable to you. These are like, the plain financial principles applicable to everyone. Then we will see certain, so one by one, the last page only you have to return to me. This is the feedback page. So at the end of the class, please fill up the feedback and hand over at the, the outside this thing. So that is the feedback page. Okay. So what is financial well-being? Many times people, when they talk of finance, they think of some, the YouTube program, something on Insta, some this reel, something on Reddit. And what happens is, person is completely confused about finance. Not confused because of lack of information, but confused more because of abundance of the information. Right. So currently the age is of the abundant age, but there are basic finance principles, and finance doesn't mean more than what we are going to cover today. Right. Right from the basic principles, like you have 3 laws, motions, laws of nature. So similarly, there are certain laws of finance, and these financial laws, what we call it as mantras, personal finance mantras, we will be covering today. So this is the definition of financial well-being. Financial well-being is a feeling of security, clarity, and confidence. Mark this, write these 3 words: security, clarity, and confidence around family's personal finances to achieve current and future financial goals. Right? So there are 3 words: security, clarity, and confidence. About what? About current and future financial goals. So total 6 words: security, clarity, confidence about current and future financial goals. Okay, what these are, we are going to see very detailed. What is the meaning of security, clarity, confidence? What is the meaning of current goal? What is the meaning of future goals? Right. So whenever we say finance and investment, there is one topic which is far more important than investment. And that topic is that is called as protection. See, modern times, there it is said that there are two dangers in current age. The first danger is dying too soon. Somebody just passes away, then that is a danger. And another danger is living too long. You may be surprised, how it is a danger. We know thousands of people whose finances are over at the age of say 65, 70, 72, and they are well and healthy that another 25 years they will live without finance. So it is said that there are two dangers. One danger is dying too soon, that is taken care by insurance, and living too long, that is taken care by investment. Right? And therefore the goal is to protect yourself and family in either of the event. Right? And therefore we have to take the action now. Now, investment is more important, the insurance is more important than investment. So let us go to our now, the activity sheet. Just tear off the first page. Okay? You have all this? Yeah, take out the first page. And what you see in the first page is, there is a blank hexagon here. Write your name there. So, write my name there. Right? Yeah, please. So, you have to be part of this. Okay? Yes. Take out the page. It is important. It should not be attached to this. Okay, you have to tear it off. And after that you can keep in this. Okay, so it will not be, you can keep it in the book, and book you can keep in the case. Okay. Tear off the page. In the middle you write down your name. It is your page. Right. And now we will be giving you 2 minutes. Write down approximately monthly expenses on the monthly expense column. Right? If you are a grahastha, you have certain expenses. Even if you are not a grahastha yet, think of your parents, think of grahastha life, or think of how it will be, or whatever currently is. Right? But this you will appreciate more when you are actually a grahastha, more so. Correct. So one corner you are going to write monthly expense, like say 40,000 EMI, or certain whatever expense I have. The later we are going to calculate those expenses and everything. Right? Whatever rent that you are paying, whatever expenses you have, take a minute and write those expenses. Current situation you can write. Okay? Current situation. If you are not yet married, you can write your current situation. Whatever expenses you have. Now the next column you can write about children education and future expenses. So again, those who are married and having kids, this will be more appropriate directly for them. If you are not, you can write about the dependents that you have. Also dependents. Like parents are a dependent, mother is there, father is there, sometimes sister is there, sometimes some relative to be taken care of. Please write. So monthly expenses we are writing, the numbers approximate, you don't have to write accurately. The sheets are going to remain with you. Then the children and expenditure, or dependents and expenditure, that those things you can write around it. Yeah, depending on you, whatever, monthly, annually, anything is okay. Yes. Purpose is not calculation here, purpose is something else. Current, future, projected, anything is okay. Then you write down here, third column, outstanding loans. Right? Somebody may have a home loan. If you don't have a home loan, assume the home loan of at least 60 lakhs. That is the nowadays, a reasonable loan to be. That's how the loans are generally. Okay. Or your parents' loans, and those things you can write down, outstanding loans. And then the next column here, there is future financial goals. So there are many future financial goals that you can write. So like if you are already married, there is child's education, children 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, now the session next to me will be His Grace Krishna Kishore Prabhu's session, and he is like one of the Adi Nityanand Sabha counselor. And these days we are very open about it. Whenever Nityanand Sabha boys ask us, what about children? We have only one line answer to that: as many as early. Okay, so you don't have to worry about. Everybody comes with their own destiny in their life. So no, you don't fret around with. We say minimum three is good idea, more the merrier. Okay. Anyway, he is coming, so I will not preempt Prabhuji's session. Okay, he is one of the prolific speakers of his con. So future financial goal. If you are not married, then at least write marriage. Marriage is already your goal if you are not married, and that is a see what is the financial goal means. Wherever finance is required, that becomes goal. Chanting 16 round, is it a financial goal? No, right. That is not a fine. It doesn't need money to chant 16 rounds, right? So wherever the finance is involved, that becomes your financial goal, right? So it is, so marriage, child education. I mean, it will be too theoretical for you if you are not married, but more you are in the middle stage, then this is very applicable to you. Chalo, done with. So what you have done is you have written your name in between, and you have written your monthly expenses, expenses of your dependents like children or parents or both, outstanding loans, and future financial goals. Right? This is what you have done. Numbers are approximate, numbers are monthly, annually. Yes. Just write approximate numbers. Okay. Numbers, amounts, anything is okay. Both you can write. Quickly mention. Later we are going to come to the goals matrix very well. Okay. Later we will see, there is a financial goal matrix. It is there. Fully we are going to see this, what these financial goals are. But currently you just write. And Nityanand Sabha is a era, this is the time when you have some idea, some crazy numbers in the mind, and we are far cut off from reality, by the way. So anyway, just enjoy your dreamy state, because I also enjoyed mine. So I remember our own Krishna Kishore Prabhu giving a class and saying that if you have 20 lakhs, you can aram se retire. And and then we are asking him, Prabhuji, chalega kya abhi? He said, nahi, abhi time has changed. So what happens is that we all become more mature in the due course of time, but at least begin writing. Okay, done? Yeah. Now what you have to do is, this sheet which you have written something, you have to fold it. Wherever you have written, you have to fold it like this, inside fold. Written matter should go inside. Done? Written matter should go inside. Have you folded the sheet? Then you have to fold it once again like this. Okay. In such a way that if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, all your 4 things you will see in the corner. Correct? Whatever you have written, you will see in the corner. So this is your sheet, and you have folded it once, you have folded it second time. Got this 1/4? Now what you have to do is, now look this, yeah, fold it, keep it folded. Keep it folded like this. Okay. Now what you have to do is, you have to cut through like 1/8 of this, like this. This was here. What I have done is, I have cut through this part, drop it. Right? Yeah, just cut through. Name part, yes. Name side, okay. The name side you have to cut through it. Cutting through, छोटा मत करो, दिल से कट करो उसको, मतलब पेपर तो है, डोंट वरी, ऐसा डोंट कट इट लाइक दिस मच करके, नॉट लाइक दैट, कट प्रॉपरली, राइट, कट थ्रू, ओके. नाउ ओपन your sheet should look something like this. Is it looking like this? Yeah, haribol. Yeah, so just have a look at the sheet. Okay, now this part should be with you. What this sheet indicates is that whether we are there or we are not there, monthly expenses, dependents, outstanding loans, and future goals, they are going to be there. Is it clear? Haribol. Right. So, what is the meaning of this? Meaning of this is that life insurance is extremely important. You cannot begin finance and investment without insurance. ठीक है ना? And what is life insurance? Does it mean that life insurance लिया किसी ने तो मरेगा नहीं आदमी? What is the meaning of life insurance? Life insurance literally means income insurance. It is not that because somebody has taken life insurance, वो अमर बन गया. नहीं, भगवत गीता से जातस्य ही ध्रुव मृत्यु ध्रुवम जन्म मृतस्य च. So life insurance है या नहीं है? Person is going to die anyway. So life insurance is income insurance. Please make it a point. Life insurance is income insurance. And there are, many insurances available, but only insurance one should take is called as term insurance. Right? Term insurance is very important. Only term insurance one should take. There is a class of people who are called as, actuaries, and they are designed in such a way to create a product which will be very alluring to all of us. But only insurance, when it comes to life insurance, that is called as term insurance. So life finance doesn't begins with investment. Finance begins with insurance, and first part of insurance is income insurance, and that is called as term plan. So this will secure our future with us or without us, right? So you can just switch off this. Looks like AC is snoring. So second thing is, it is one of the most effective way to mitigate the risk. So there are so many examples. Recently we had one devotee, very, very amazing devotee, passing away at the age of 43. He was himself a MSMD person, very amazing devotee. But this is the reality of life is going to remain. Therefore, it is very effective way to mitigate the risk, because in case of untimely demise, term policy will offset all your financial take care. See, term policy cannot replace you, but term policy can replace your income, which is very important for dependents. See, what happens is, whenever there is a death of earning member in the family, there are many things happen in such a family. One is, family is unable to fulfill the needs. There are living expenses, there are lifestyle expenses. They are unable to maintain those expenses. There is a compromise on every aspect of life, including children's education, parents take care, and everything else. Outstanding loans, they will sit on a person, because they will be simply all other assets will be liquidated to take care of the outstanding loans, and all other financial goals will be at risk if there is untimely demise of somebody who is earning member of the family. Okay, next we come, if term insurance is the income insurance, how much insurance one should take? Now, answer to this is not very linear. Why? Because the life is not linear. So, the finance is called as personal finance because it depends on the personal stage where we are in. Now, look at this curve. It is not that there is some magic number. Nowadays, people talk about fire. Have you heard of fire? Yes, right. Financial independence and retire early. What is your fire number? And there is lean fire, fat fire, thick fire, smoke fire, and there are so many 10 types of fire. But the financial life is very, very personalized. Similarly, the term insurance, the first thing is the insurance that you should take should be term insurance. And the term insurance that you take is also not constant. Insurance is required only to offset our loans and financial dependency. Look at the stage. What is the first stage? Somebody is married. The term insurance requirement is less because there is only how many dependents are there when you are just married? How many dependents are there? One. Mata pita bhul gaye? Okay, alright. Don't forget parents. Three dependents, right? When you are married and have three kids, how many dependents are there? Six, right? Depends on number of kids, right? So let's make it mathematical. N plus two, n plus three. Okay. So this depends on number of kids plus parents plus wife. These are number of dependents. Then you have taken a home loan. You have taken 2 BHK flat, 20 lakhs down payment, 40 lakhs loan. Then the financial dependency has increased, and now then your need for term insurance will be highest. Look at this, okay? When you are just married, you need some term insurance. Married with kids, you need more. Kids and home loan, kids education, you need most of the term insurance, higher amount. Later stage called as empty nest, like your parents are in that empty nest stage. Like children, they are settled, they are like, बच्ची का शादी हो गया, बच्चा ढूंढ रहा है, or something like that. They are not dependent on the parents. Then the insurance need will come down, and retirement. Finally, kids are well settled, there are no loans to be taken care, enough finances are there, then term insurance required will be the least. So, how much term insurance required is dependent upon which stage of life one is in. There is no blanket answer कि प्रभु जी मुझे कितना एक number बोलो. It is not like that. It depends on the stage one is in. So it is a dynamic thing where you have to keep on increasing or decreasing. Let's see for some clarity, how much. These are the three questions we will answer. Now these are only indicative numbers because again personal finance is more personal than just finance, right? So for whom the term insurance is required? Whenever you have dependents and loans, right? When? As soon as possible when you start earning. Because when you are earning and if your age is like 24, 25, 26, in that 20s or early 30s, the premium will be very less. For a big sum assured also, premium will come very modest premium. Therefore, as early as possible. And again, you cannot give just one number, but if you want that one number to come, then that is 10x of your salary. CTC. Say somebody has a 24 lakhs of CTC, 2 lakhs per month, then he can have a term plan of around 2.5 crores. Right? Mind you, the money that is received in case of a demise or something, that's all that is tax free for the family. And if that money is simply put in some mutual fund or something like that, they can surely replace our income and taken, the financial needs can be taken very well. Right. So again, these are very indicative numbers. There is no direct 10x is not some that holy grail for number kind of a thing, but it depends on the stage, the life stage one is in, right? So most of you currently are at this stage just married, so you should have some insurance, and then as you have kids it should be more. When you take a home loan, kids education, it should be most. Progressively you can release some of the policies, emptiness, and at retirement it can be the least again. Okay, so this curve of the life insurance need, And life insurance means only the term insurance. Don't get fooled by any other plan, money back. I have done hundreds of models around this, mathematical modeling, right? So, but it is, we will come to that to the next. It should be pure term insurance, which will have the cheapest premium will come to you. You have to pay the cheapest premium, and it should be around these numbers. Now, these are some of the myths. I am young, I don't need it, it is too expensive. Insurance, life insurance is a savings plan. This is another myth people have. People try to do savings along with insurance. Healthy people don't need it. Oh, that is not true. Term life is a waste of money, and there are many mistakes people do around. But so I will not go much in detail. So this is the mantra one. Write down the mantra one. Life insurance is income insurance. Right? Life insurance is income insurance. Your finance should begin with insurance and not with investment. Right? Just like the modern times we have. Who is the coordinator of the place? I just need something. Prabhuji, I just need something. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is the mantra one, and that is life insurance is income insurance. Right? Again, mind you, whenever you take insurance, it is not that you are covered for everything. Recently, there was a case where somebody was riding on a bullet. He met with a head on accident, died on the spot, insurance denied. Can you imagine this? And the reason was insurance covers only the lifestyle, and they say lifestyle means 200cc and not 350cc. So, it is, you have to be aware that you may think I am insured karke, but not everything is covered under insurance. Right? So, one has to read the offer document carefully. Now, the next important thing is insurance is far more important than investment. Why? Because even if investment is not there, life will continue at some certain stage. Like, instead of our kids studying in something like Allen or Bakliwal or this kind IIT, they will be studying under some Chate class or something like that. Okay. Life will continue. Instead of having, the BMW to drive, they will be driving some Alto or something like that. कुछ नहीं तो स्कूटी बीटी तो निकाल के लेंगे ही. Life will continue without investment, but life will come to stand still without insurance. And therefore, insurance is far more important than investment. Many times I see people, devotees, our own devotees, this is by plan or how it is? I mean, just to keep us awake. This is outside noise. Okay, fine. Let's accept it. Okay. So, insurance is far more important than investment. Many times people make the mistake of trying to do this investment, that investment, and basically you're without clothes. So, insurance is far more. Look at the number of greater. More greater we are not fitting. That's why I did only two. But it is far more important than investment. Okay? As early as possible, every earning member should insure only with pure vanilla term plan, which is the cheapest and which will give the maximum cover. Right? Now the next thing will come after some time because I need certain things for that. Next we will see health insurance. First we have seen life insurance. Next we will see health insurance. So what was the mantra one? Life insurance is income insurance. Write down mantra 2 now. Health insurance is savings insurance. Health insurance is savings insurance. Sometimes we say that, I have got the health insurance. Does it mean that by having health insurance we are not going to fall sick? No, we are, of course. I mean, no. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarshanam. It is going to come anyways. But when you fall sick without health insurance, then it is going to take a huge dent on your savings. Right? Have you heard of the recent case of, somebody, Harish Rana, being awarded the death at the will? It is going on in the, just recently, just 2 days back, the Supreme Court ruled in something around this. So, whenever somebody gets admitted, you will realize what it means to get admitted in the hospital. The room rent is like 5,000 per day, and then, the everything that pricks will also prick financially. And if we do not have the sufficient health insurance, medical bill is going to eat directly from our savings. And we have seen, in Corona times, so many families got literally devastated because of not having health insurance. Complete finances wiped out. And therefore, when we say life insurance is income insurance, health insurance is savings insurance. Right? So this is very important thing. What happens if you don't have health insurance? Of course, then it will drain your lifelong savings. Other goals will get compromised because other financial goals will get compromised. We have to sell some assets like gold, property, so on and so forth for treatment. And if the serious disease happens, then it becomes very difficult to have the insurance at the latter stage of one's life. It's very difficult to receive the health insurance later after you are 45 and so forth. So many tests will be taken. Premium will be phenomenally high. Right? So, how much to buy health insurance? Now here, basic general understanding is family of 4, husband, wife, 2 kids. And if you include parents, then parents insurance is something else. Something like 10 lakh family floater plan, base value 10 lakh and super top up 10 lakh is more than sufficient. Right? So this is, here it is how much? 10 lakhs base, 20 lakhs super top up. This is something like is general recommended plan for, this is. So still people don't buy thinking that, cost is too high, money is simply wasted. प्रभु जी 4 साल से इंश्योरेंस लिया कुछ हुआ ही नहीं. Right? So कुछ हुआ ही नहीं, touch wood. Right? ऐसे नहीं है कि इंश्योरेंस लिया तो we are just driving to, no, that is not the case. See, modern times we have, Kali Yuga has invented different ways of earning money, right? We are sitting on a laptop looking at the screen with mouse click, we are earning money. Insurance is part of the fee that we have to pay for earning that money. So one should be very happy to pay, write down the number, 3% to 5% of CTC on insurance. Don't grudge around. किसी का 10 लाख रुपए का CTC है, right? What is the 5% of 10 lakh? No, all insurances put together. 50,000. Okay. So all insurances put together, if 50,000 goes of the 10 lakh salary, be happy. It is perfectly okay to spend 3 to 5% on all insurance. I am not saying only term insurance. All insurances put together, there will be car insurance, property insurance, health insurance, term insurance. But people, what we see, people feel that, paisa Prabhu ji aise gaya, 40 saal premium aise hi wasted, Prabhu ji, I wasted my money. I could have used it in Krishna's service. Right? And these are like very genuine feelings of a devotee. People pay insurance for 5 years, stop for 3 years, 9th year have such a serious problem, everything is backfires. So happily waste 3 to 5% of CTC on insurance. Right? Happily waste 3 to 5% of CTC. Right? So which plan to take? So don't take vanilla plan that 30 lakh ka insurance liya. Okay, just keep it here. Thank you so much. 30 lakh ka insurance. No, not like that. You take the base plan and super top up. This will reduce the premium in a big way. Like here are some calculations. So don't look at the calculation, just understand you have to take the base policy and super top up instead of taking only directly the base policy. So somebody wants 30 lakh rupees cover, and these are the numbers, da da da. We'll not go into it now. So we have to close in time. So what happens is, if you take this combo, base plus super top up, your premium will dip literally by 40 to 50%. Right? So then there are many benefits of super top up policy, that it can be used after one's basic family float cover is exhausted, provides financial relief, and this is the mantra: health insurance is savings insurance. What was the first mantra? Life insurance is income insurance, right? Second one is health insurance is savings insurance, right? Correct. So now let's have one more thing, and I was just a bit delayed on this. Okay. Chalo. What is this plate? What is this? Aluminum foil. Okay. Okay. Right. Now what is this? Vada plate. And cost of this vada plate is, say, 60 rupees. Right? Cost of this vada plate is 60 rupees. What is this plate? Idli. Okay. Right. You have seen vada plate, 60 rupees. Idli plate, 60 rupees. Now we will go. What is this plate? Mix idli vada, right? Vada plate 60, idli plate 60, idli vada 75. You go to any market, this is the case, right? So you may wonder, अरे sir, दो वड़ा 60 का, दो इडली 60 का, how एक वड़ा एक इडली 75? This is the next lesson is, whenever you mix the product, right? Whenever you mix the product, you always pay the premium extra. Two vada is for how many rupees? 60. Two idli for how many rupees? One vada plus idli, how many rupees? 75. Therefore, what is the learning here is, never mix investment with insurance. There are many plans which will combine together. People will feel that, array, term insurance, your money is simply wasted. Mar nahi gaye to paisa gaya. Right? But you should be happy कि मर नहीं गया और पैसा गया करके. Right? People say, no, you can save that money. How? Just take savings plan along with that. What happens if you take savings plan with insurance? First thing happens is, you get very insufficient cover. Say for 40,000 rupees per annum, if you are getting 2 crore ka cover, for 40,000 rupees, you will get 20 lakh ka cover, which is absolutely insufficient. So from the coverage perspective, it is insufficient. From the return perspective, it is less than FD. So neither coverage nor returns, and therefore the next mantra is, never mix idli with vada. Write down. Right? You will remember this? Right? Never mix insurance with investment. Insurance should be separate and investment should be completely separate. Right? Never mix these two. If you mix, you will compromise on insurance. Insurance cost to 40 lakh ka rahega for a huge premium. Return will be less than FD. So na ghar ka na ghat ka. Right? Neither you are insured nor you are investing. So never mix insurance with investment. Okay. So lot of things we have seen. 3 things we have seen until now. Now next we come to savings and emergency fund. We have not yet come to investment. Okay, this is just the preamble. Yes.
Actually, for me or some devotees might be these terms like term insurance you told to, we don't know the definition of term insurance and how it is different from other. And
Yeah,
another
yeah.
thing, like just now you told ki never mix insurance with investment. So if you can clarify ki insurance means ki आपको like you are not getting anything in return, like I think आपने put that, but
Yeah, okay, so, okay, right. So many things are new terms. See, many times what happens, somebody will come to you, typically chacha, mama, kaka will come to you and say, beta, मैंने LIC का एजेंटशिप लिया है, ये ले लो पॉलिसी. Okay, it will cover you for 1 lakh rupees and it will give you after 5 years, it will give you 2 lakhs. No, no, after 5 years, after 10 years, it will give you 2 lakhs and you are insured for 1 lakh. And you feel, "Arey baap re, 1 lakh ka insurance too," and we just get bogged down by these numbers. And there are n number of policies like this. Invest 2 lakhs for 10 years, wait for 10 years, after 10 years, you receive 2 lakh for lifetime. And n number of policies around this. I have many CAs coming and approaching, ye dekho policy. And I tell them that nothing, it is like less than FD, don't worry. So many times, so term insurance means what happens is, see, what is insurance? Insurance means somebody is mitigating risk for you. It's called as insurance. So, I mean, should I go in classical definition of insurance? It will take a long time. I mean, Okay, chalo, we'll just go classical insurance. See, there were 1,000 ships once upon a time. And this 1,000 ships, what happened is, every year randomly 2 ships used to sink. And those owners used to, be completely destroyed because ship is sunken. The cost of the ship was, say, 100 rupees. And the total cost for this 1,000 ships was in that way, the total loss was 200 rupees. And this was a phenomena which was going on. So all of them came together and they said that we will form an insurance company, and this 200 rupees of net loss will be covered by all these 1,000 ships. Any 2 are going to sink, right? So whenever the ship sinks, we will give them 100 rupees. But this 200 rupees, we will be covering this risk of 200. पता नहीं कौन से 2 ships sink होने वाले हैं, will be covered by this 1,000 people. So when 200 rupees is covered by 1,000 people, हर एक का cost कितना है? Some 20 paisa. That is called as premium. Right? For the premium of 20 paisa, what get the assurance? They get the assurance that if your ship sinks, I will give you 100 rupees. Right? So here in this case, the sum assured is 100 rupees, premium is 20 paisa. Getting this point? This is the classical definition, this is the classical paradigm of insurance. That the larger risk is divided and in the form of a premium. So 1 lakh log hai, usme se anyway 10 people are going to die next year. We don't know which 10 are going to die. What is the life value of these 10 people? 10 crore. Okay, so let this 10 crore be divided by 1 lakh people. How much that will be 10 crore divided by 1 lakh? 1,000 rupees. Whatever that number. What is the number? 1,000 rupees. Okay. So let 1 lakh people pay 1,000 rupees and everybody is insured for 1 crore. And out of that 10 people will die and 10 people will receive 10 crore, but everybody will be contributing 1,000 rupees. This is the classical insurance paradigm. This is where the insurance began. Understanding something, or I confused you more? Right. Now people what they said, अरे देखो, if you are paying 1,000 rupees, अब मरोगे नहीं तो 1,000 तो गया ना आपका, बराबर है ना? So paying 1,000 for to mitigate the risk of 1 crore is called as term insurance, pure insurance. Then they said, no, you do, what do you do? I will give some return on this 1,000 and from this 1,000 let's make it 10,000, and the 10,000 I will give some money, and instead of this 1 crore let's make it 10 lakhs. So now what has happened is I have mixed insurance with investment. Both the things have been destroyed. I needed insurance of 1 crore, it has become to 10 lakhs. I was having premium of 1,000, it has become 10,000. Right? So this is called as mixing of the product and compromising both. I hope this is at least somewhat.
So what you are suggesting, don't go for such products which have returns.
Yes, so don't go for such products. Insurance, take only insurance. Insurance में वड़ा खाना है, वड़ा खाओ. Right? Investment करना है, investment करो. But if you go vada and investment, Neither it is vada nor it is investment. You are getting this point. So never mix insurance with investment. Take a pure vanilla term insurance, no strings attached. Okay,
And why is the name term insurance?
because it is for a term. Good point. Because it is for 1 year generally. So because the term insurance is generally for 1 year, annually you have to, the term is defined. Sometimes the term is 5 years, sometimes the term is 20 years. So for that term you are insured. That's why the name term insurance. Right?
And
Yes.
one last question in this. One of my devotee friend is telling that there were two options. One is to pay every month
No,
for
it is
next
too
50
detailed.
years.
I mean, I will not be able to cover. There are many things to cover. Okay, I have just 30 minutes more. We'll cover later. Okay. So no questions now. We'll cover all the questions later. Prabhuji has asked all your questions now. Okay. So now next we go to savings and emergency fund, and here we come to the next page. So this page, and we will not take this as a you know activity here right now because it will take some time. But what it essentially means is savings and emergency fund is people have wrong definition of savings. People have the idea that I have an income, उसमें से जो expense होता है बचा हुआ is saving. So what is the equation people have? Income minus expense is equal to savings. That is not the case. I have done financial planning with so many people, and at the end of doing this sheet, if you look at the sheet, we will not be filling it now because we don't have time so much. But this sheet you please carry, and you do your calculations. Here it talks about salary income, husband salary, wife salary, any business income, any rest, other incomes. Then there are household expenses. Major items are covered here. Then there is lifestyle expense. Okay, some major items are covered there. Go back. Then you will find the dependent expenses, insurance premiums, and EMIs. And all this put together, finally you will come to a number which is called as your monthly expense. Certain expenses may not be monthly, like going to yatra. It's once in a year. So you calculate the yearly expense, divide it by 12, convert it into monthly. Children fees, it is once in a year. Society maintenance, it is once in a year. So you divide by 12, find out your monthly expense. You already know your monthly income. So your minimum investment should be monthly expense minus monthly income. Right? So once you know your monthly expense, the next calculation is to find out your emergency fund. Okay. And emergency fund is very simple. 3 multiplied by monthly expenses. This is the minimum value. Generally people say 3 to 6 months. But at least 3 months is mandatory, and that is 3 multiplied by monthly expenses. We must have, see, we have not entered investment. We have seen term insurance, we have seen health insurance, we have seen not mixing the products. Now we are talking about savings, and fifth thing we are talking about emergency fund. Right? One must have emergency fund. There are many reasons. Like, nowadays there are so many, pink slip is given just like that nowadays. One of my very close friend, in 15 minutes he was told to submit the laptop and access was denied. Sometimes there are some accidents, some unfortunate situations. So it is always important to have certain amount in the fixed deposit. Mind you, where to park the emergency fund? Always in FD and not even in the debt funds. Okay, now what is debt fund? We will see that later. But it should be always in FD. It should be immediately available. Like this 26 January, what happened is 26 January happened to be Monday, and somebody, just imagine, had an emergency on Friday. Then Saturday market is closed, Sunday market is closed, Monday market is closed because of 26 January. Tuesday he will trigger for funds, and Wednesday they will be deposited in his account. Maybe in the case of emergency, we may not be able to wait for 5 days. In case of FD, what happens is, when you trigger it, like next 1 hour, it is deposited in your bank account. Right. So therefore, FD should be never be parked in the mutual funds. It should be always in FD. So emergency fund should be always in FD. How to make FD? We should make small FDs, staggered FDs. Staggered FDs means jiska the maturity date is after every 3 months kind of a thing. So say somebody's monthly expense is 1.5 lakh rupees. Three times of 1.5 lakh, 1.5 lakh is around 5 lakhs. So he should have 5 lakhs of FD. And then how to make 5 lakhs of FD? He can make something like that. 1 lakh ka 3 FD and 50,000 ka 4 FDs. Chota chota FD. Because if there is a need of only 25,000, you don't have to break entire 5 lakh ka FD. You break only 50,000 ka FD. If there is a need of 1.25 lakhs, 1 lakh ka break kiya, 50,000 ka break kiya. Because whenever you break FD, it will come down with your interest rate, and all the FD interest income is taxable. Right. And therefore, this has to be, many people otherwise they will waste their money simply making one huge FD of X amount, say 3 lakh ka ek FD kiya. And whenever there is emergency of 25,000, you break that 3 lakh ka FD. That is not the point. You should make small FDs so that all these smaller emergencies can be taken care. And we should not worry about the returns on the emergency fund. Okay, so this is the mantra 4. Just write down. Never worry about the returns on emergency fund. People say, Prabhuji, FD mein paisa aisa hi pada hai, should I invest it in the market? Never. Purpose of emergency fund is not returns. Purpose of emergency fund is emergency. Okay. So once insurance is taken care, once savings are taken care, once emergency fund is taken care, then the next point comes, and that is called as goal-based investing. See, in our life, certain things are known to us beforehand, and these goals are called as financial goals. Now, if you go to the next page, financial goal matrix, you will see the just look at the next page here, financial goal matrix, and here are the financial goals. Okay, now look at the financial goals. They are divided as time horizon, type of the goal, and event, whether it is one time or recurring. So see, all goals are not same. Certain goals are called as needs, wants, and dreams. It is not that every goal is a goal. No. Like healthcare, education, food and clothes, roti kapda makan. These are basic needs. They have to be fulfilled. Then there are some wants, bigger house, travel, luxurious goods. These are wants. And then there are some dreams in one's mind, like hobbies, early retirement, startup. So although externally every goal may look like goal only, but still within that goal, it is either need, want, or dream. Right? Like rice dal, sabji chapati, achar, and gulab jam. Is all eating? No. Rice dal, sabji chapati is basic. आचार अच्छा है, गुलाब जाम ड्रीम है. यू आर गेटिंग दिस पॉइंट. गुलाब जाम मिला नहीं तो चलेगा, नो प्रॉब्लम, पेट तो भरेगा अपना. आचार नहीं मिलेगा, ठीक है यार, तो भी चलेगा, लेकिन राइस दाल सब्जी चपाती तो चाहिए. राइट. सो देयर आर सम बेसिक नीड्स, wants and dreams. So every goal should not be treated as like same. No, we have to differentiate between needs, wants, and dreams. And this page essentially is what is going to do for you is calculate the goals that you have. Okay. So we will spend 2 minutes on this, because I will just tell you how this sheet is to be used, and later you can use it. So look at the first now. We will see financial goals. You are able to see how many goals are written under financial goals category? 5 to begin with, but the number continues. Total is 23. Right. उसके बाद लिखा है time horizon, short, mid and long term. Short term, mid term, long term. So short term means any financial goal which is between less than 3 years is called a short term goal. So this is less than 3. Any financial goal which is between 3 to 5 years is called as midterm goal. Right? And any financial goal which is more than beyond 5 years is called as long term goal. Less than 3, 3 to 5, more than 5. Midterm, short term, long term. Type, type of the goal, whether it is need or want, that we have to see. I will just give you some example. Child's education, whether it is need or want. Need. Changing from Alto to BMW, need or want? You are getting this point. Okay. So there is the goal can be need or want. And then you have seen the event. This is one time goal or recurring goal. One time or recurring. Like children schooling, is it one time or recurring? Recurring, because schooling will go for 10 years. Marriage, one time or recurring? Hopefully one time. Okay. Right. So every goal, you cannot just say goal. Arey no. Every goal has to be divided between need, wants, and dream. The goal has to be divided between short term, mid term, long term. Whether it is whether it is one time or recurring goal. Child's college education, one time or recurring? Recurring. Right? Because it will go on for 3-4 years. Child's marriage, one time or recurring? One time. So we have to analyze the goals accordingly. And here again, we will not go through this because this otherwise it will go up, 3 hours we will end up sitting here. So this is how we analyze the goals. Whatever goals we have in our life. And go back to the next page. This is the goal analysis summary that what we do. Okay. So this is typically goals, wants and need. But just understand that every goal is not the same. It is divided into goals, wants and dreams, short term, mid term, long term, one time or recurring, and so on and so forth. Right. Now, once we identify our financial goals, close. 5 minutes. प्रभु जी we started 25 minutes late. बोल दो प्रभु जी को एक बार. ठीक है ना? 10 minutes I'll close. ठीक है ना? Yeah. So once we identify our financial goals, then comes the category of investing. And now you have to be really very active because I will be covering one slide a second. Okay, I have another 50 slides to be covered in 5 minutes. Okay. So what it is called as grow your financial garden. Many times people are so much in hurry to, and they have all spiritual reason. Prabhuji, quickly I want to make money and quickly I want to become full-time, Prabhuji. And people, recently I was just showing you this one. So, such a wonderful devotee, a very good friend of mine from Mars planet, don't guess who he is. Okay, he has written me message, and by the way, when we publish anything of this, I have taken his permission that I showed him this screenshot. I said that Prabhuji, should I display this without showing your name? And he said, yeah, you can display. And that's how I am showing this because, So he once wrote to me and he said that, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, look at the date. What is the date? 21st January 2026. Not very old. It was just recently. Okay. And he said that I was aware very roughly about the stocks trading, but never thought in that direction or put any efforts around it. Recently, one of my colleague showed me how he invests on the Grow app and earned lakhs of rupees daily. Okay. Can devotees try doing this, Prabhuji? Or is it gambling? Kindly give some clarification around it. I gave a very strong reply to him. I said that horrible, don't think also in those directions. These are simply, the ways to destroy people. And we'll just show you in a minute how people destroy. And then I told him that there is another royal road to make wealth. But I said that if a person like you having this question, person of his grace and his class, I know this devotee for years together. And his achievements, the personality, the sattvaguna that he carries. Okay. And then I told him that I was planning to take workshops for devotees, but because you asking this question, I will take it as early as possible. Okay. Because if you can ask, then anybody can ask this question. Right. So what happens is people get enamored by the real life. There is a difference between real life and real life. Okay, I don't know where the. Okay, so what is the real life and real life? You can see. Got it? What is the difference between real life and real life? So never get enamored by all these Ponzi scheme, quick fix, 5% per month. Enough number of devotees have been destroyed by this. Please take every word of this seriously. Enough number of devotees have been destroyed by all these different schemes. एक बार फिर से देख लो. These are some of the examples. Look at this. Look at the date. Not very long. 23rd December 2025. Rupees 8 crore lost online. Ex IPS officer. He was the Punjab's DSP. The top police officer of Punjab. He got so shocked. He shot himself and died on the spot. Police officer. Top rank police officer. Right. 8 crores lost. Pune is not very far behind. Okay. 52-year-old Pune IT professional loses 3.66 crore in online share. So all these are just scams. They are mean to rob you of. How? Look at another video. What do you have there? So many times, people, they are so maddened about, getting the quick bucks that, people are very easily, got into this kind of a scam. Now I'll just show you online. I will just describe you how the scamsters work, and we have to be really very quick. Come to this page now. All of you have this page. Many times you may receive some calls or some tips or something like that, and people say that this person is so fantastic that whatever he says have become true. So whatever he says, so how these scamsters work whenever they are giving tips, how they work, I'll just show you on this page. So look at the title of this. What is the title? Chosen One or Trapped One. Chosen One or Trapped One. So people will get 1 lakh people's data. Nowadays, getting 1 lakh is so easy. Data is available like this nowadays. So on the top of the column, right here, 1 lakh. Quickly, all of you. One lakh. So I got 1 lakh people's data, and I divide that data into two parts. How many? 50,000, 50,000. And for 50,000, so just divide it into 50k, 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 50k. And for 50,000 people, I tell them that a market will go up or stock will go up. And 50% I tell them that market will go down. Now after 1 week, market has to either go up or down. So of this 50,000, one of the 50,000 will be true, right? So that 150,000 again I divided into two groups. How many? 25, 25, just write down 25,000, 25,000. First call I gave, it has become true for those people. Now I give second call and I tell them that market will go up or market will go down for the next week. So what happens here? 25,000, 25,000. For this one, so market will either go up or down. Randomly, for this 25,000, what has happened? The guess has become correct. So for this 25,000, two consecutive guess have become correct. कि उन्होंने बोला ऊपर जाएगा, ऊपर गया, नीचे जाएगा, नीचे गया. Now I go to this 25 who has a, are you getting this what we are doing? Right? Now we divide this 25 into two groups. For simplicity, just write down 12,000, 12,000. Okay. And again we divide the group and say 12,000 people, we tell them market will go up or market will go down. Again कुछ तो होने वाला ही है. It will either go up or down. So for this 12,000 it has become correct. I divide it into another group, 6,000, 6,000. And what I tell them? Yeah, market will go up or market will go down. By mere choice of random choice, market कुछ तो करना ही है. Either it will go up or down. Only two options. This 6,000, they have received 4 calls right in their life. By that time, they start treating that agency, that person, that Baba, whatever it is, as a God only. उन्होंने अब बोला अब गया प्रभु जी, डाउन बोला डाउन गया प्रभु जी, अब बोला अब गया प्रभु जी, अब बोला फिर से अब गया. Now this 6,000 we divide it into 3,000, 3,000. Right? By chance, what has happened is this 3,000 will become again, it's a right call for them, and I now divide that into 1,500, 1,500. Right? What has happened? For this 1,500 people, first call, second call, third call, fourth call, 5 consecutive calls, 5 consecutive weeks, whatever is being told has just become verbatim true. He will start treating these people as God. Bole Prabhuji, kya, look at the message. Right? Prabhuji, my friend is making crores of rupees, lakhs of rupees daily. And they will show, look at the screenshot. Right? But this is purely random by chance. So, whenever you think you are the chosen one, most likely you are the trapped ones. Right? Please write it down. Whenever you think you are the chosen one, especially in finance. So, this is pure random mathematics. Random data is being collected and they will say, come on, all these 1,500 people, they will say, just buy our 5 lakh rupees annual membership. You will make crores on that. And you will say, of course I will make crores. 5 out of 5 calls have come true. They will go to other 1,500 also whose last call has gone wrong. They will say out of 5, 4 calls have come true. Our accuracy is 80%. Come on, invest with us. We will just sell you membership for 2 lakh rupees instead of 5. That person, like this, there is scam after scam in the market. Right? And therefore, one has to be very careful. Root cause is here, which is a beautiful interview given by, Warren Buffett, and this interview is quoted by Jeff Bezos.
People copy your investment strategy. It's not that difficult to understand in principle. And he said, "Oh, Jeff, that's easy. My approach is a get rich slowly scheme. People don't like those." And so, but there's a lot of truth in that for everything, which is if you can think in terms of 7 years instead of 3 years, right, and you can defer gratification and think long term, that will give you a head start against all of your competitors, because most people can't do that.
Yeah, so this is the richest man number 2 asking richest man number 1. That your strategy is so simple, why don't you people simply copy it? His answer was, because nobody wants to get rich slowly. So here comes our next mantra. It is okay to get rich slowly. Right? It is okay to get rich slowly. Okay. So So next we will see power of compounding, and it will be really very fast. The second reminder has come. So what is compounding? Compounding is all about, the formula you must have seen. Compounding is all about A is equal to P, 1 plus R by 100 raised to T. And what is more important is, while people are after the returns in the market, what is most important is time in the market. So R is the returns, T is the time. So like everything else in the life, time is the greatest ally if you are invested in the market. Longer the term you are in the market, what will happen is it will give you exponential advantage. There is a story of this sage and the king, and king lost the this chess match, and the sage said, I just want 1 grain per square, and the next square should be double of it. And the king just laughed at it. But look at the thing, when it became the 64th grain, it became the billions of bags of rice. Right? So this is the power of compounding. So what is the power of compounding? Earlier you start, far more returns you can make in the market. So we don't have to worry about some fancy products. Simple mutual funds can give you, so look at this number, Ram, Sham, Ghanasham. Both are starting with 15,000 investment per month. Somebody starts when he is 25 years old, 35 years old and 45 years old. And same return they are receiving. At the age of same 65, one will receive 18 crores, another will receive only 2 crores, 1.5 crores. Right. This is because Ram started much earlier than Ghanasham, who started 20 years later. So what this means is, time in the market is more important than timing the market. So we don't have to worry about what is happening in the market. We have to simply, go ahead and, be in the market for long time. Start early, be consistent, reinvest the earnings so that the compounding takes place. Diversify portfolio, be patient, stay invested, rebalance, review, and minimize cost. And this is how you can actually go ahead with the very good compounding. A very good money can be made in the market very patiently, very passively, if you focus on this. Write down mantra 7. Time in the market is more important than timing the market. Right? So no time for question answer. Absolutely, I'm just rushing through everything now. I have another 2 small topics which will take one minute. So Warren Buffett, he made most of his money was made at the fag end of his life. Right? And we can see this also in the life of Srila Prabhupada. That most of the impact he had in the last decade of his life. Right? Last 10 years of Srila Prabhupada. So compounding takes time, and what happens is, many times people, whenever there are some low returns in the market, people immediately want to come out and everything, and thus they want to destroy their advantage of compounding. So here is, time in the market is more important than timing the market. So now I will just give you a brief introduction about all the investment products that they have, just for the sake of completion of it. So there are something called as mutual funds, AIF, PMS, SIF, ETF and bonds. Okay, now we will not go into details of each category, but so AIF stands for alternate investment fund. It has 3 categories. Then there is something called as PMS. These are professionally managed products. Then there are other products like SIF, and they have different ticket size. Like if you want to begin with AIF, it is the minimum ticket size is 1 crore. PMS minimum ticket size is 50 lakhs. Something in between, SIF has come, minimum ticket size is 10 lakhs. And they have their own lot of pros and cons. But after a huge analysis of the data, the conclusion is that mutual fund sahi hai. Right? So you may see very fancy ads, you may see very fancy data being portrayed around, but the end of the day, something very vanilla, something very simple can actually do far greater job than the so-called so-called mixed products, as we have seen previously. Okay, so this is the last one, and the topic here is no one grows. Of course, here it is. This is absolutely not applicable to you in the sense that this is about whenever we create the wealth, important part of wealth creation is also the wealth transfer. And what happens is that if the wealth is not transferred very well to the dependents later in the life, there is always a chance that there will be big fights and quarrels amongst the brothers and sisters, and it can create a big mess. And therefore the title is, you see here, two kids fighting, no one grows. Kids may fight over toys, children later may fight over the property, and this has become a very common phenomena. And therefore financial management is not complete without writing a will. Just remember, we began with insurance, we are concluding with will. Investment is small part of it. Okay, so will is important. It transfers as per our choice. It supersedes nominations, right? Many people don't know this. Will supersedes nominations. Nominations are final only in the insurance, but this is a very good starting point. And this is something, we may, this is a very shocking small video. I'll just remove the song. Okay. So what you are seeing basically is somebody who is on the deathbed, literally dead, and they are taking the signature, the thumbprints on the prepared documents, right? So it is very important to transfer the wealth as per our plan, and therefore wealth planning is not complete without writing the will. And this is, of course, it's a way beyond for you, but at least for the sake of completion of the topic, this is very important. So mantra 8 is no one grows. Right? So will is a relationship insurance. We have seen three types of insurances, right? What was the first one? Life insurance is income insurance. Health insurance is savings insurance. And will is relationship insurance. Relationship will be protected if you have will in your, of course it's but this is just to make complete. So I really thank you all for this opportunity. Hare Krishna. And really thank you Atmanam Gaurang Prabhu giving me 2 times lifesaver 5-10 minutes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.